Welcome to the Global History Channel. A little girl leans toward a pony, offering a treat with the careful concentration of someone who believes she can change the world through kindness. The simple exchange between child and animal becomes a private ritual, a lesson in tenderness and responsibility, and an instant reminder that wonder often lives where adults see only routine chores. A narrow Paris doorway spills out laughter as a group of kids claim the street for a game, their energy filling the marais with impromptu life. No props, no permission, just raw play that turns ordinary cobbles into kingdoms, and strangers into teammates. In that moment, the whole city is theirs. In a quiet Budapest suburb, a cluster of children rush toward whatever adventure is next. A race, a secret club, an invented mission. Their faces are earnest, their shoes dusty, their plans endless. The photograph captures not the destination but the momentum childhood's unrefined drive toward discovery. A small crowd gathers reverently around a wooden Madonna in a village square, and children stand between faith and curiosity. Their presence at this religious image shows how rituals and traditions fold into childhood, teaching reverence, community, and continuity even as their playful gestures betray an ongoing conversation with wonder. In a close, soft scene simply titled Faith, a child's tentative gaze toward something sacred feels like the beginning of a lifelong conversation with belief. Without pomp or doctrine, innocence and hope are on display the way a child trusts, before knowledge complicates trust, and how that trust shapes the heart. As spring melts the ice in a Moscow stream, a boy launches a toy sailboat and watches it transform the urban runoff into a vast sea. The photograph captures imagination as an engine. A scrap of wood becomes a ship, a puddle becomes an ocean, and a single push is the beginning of many voyages. On a racing day, kids press against the rail at a harness meet, faces lit with the thrill of speed and noise. The scene is less about sportsmanship than about the first taste of competitive electricity. A collective inhale before cheers, where fear and joy mix into a memory that will fuel a dozen future risks. Two children share a single drink at a White House Easter egg roll, an image of quiet generosity in a crowd. Their small gesture of sharing captures the essence of early friendships: trust, fairness, and the simple joy of doing something together, even amid spectacle and ceremony. A boy crouches over a toy pedal car on a suburban sidewalk, oil can in hand, pretending to be a mechanic. He's rehearsing adulthood with grease on his fingers, inventing a future one small, careful fix at a time. The scene is a love letter to curiosity, the kind that becomes careers and keeps hands learning. A child mid-splash in a 1980s mud puddle looks like the entire world has been rewritten by one squelchy step. Mud on clothes, unbothered hair, belly laughs. The photograph celebrates the messy, irreverent joy of being alive, the sort of reckless play adults sometimes long to remember. On a busy Washington street, children cross as streetcars and motorcycles hum past, their small shapes steadier than the city's chaos. The image is a study in composure. In the middle of machinery and noise, kids move through the world with a confidence that says they belong, even when the surroundings are built for grown-ups. A Santa Barbara beach day goes sideways when a seagull dive-bombs a child's head. The expression is priceless, stunned indignation that will later turn into a family tale. The photo freezes the comic, chaotic side of outdoor play, a reminder that childhood's best stories often begin with a small disaster and an even bigger laugh. In a crowded New York block, kids form a human ladder, climbing on each other to reach a height or maybe to play. The trust is literal and symbolic, bodies supporting bodies, hands gripping friends. In a city of strangers, childhood invents cooperation and builds improvised structures for both play and survival. A narrow cobbled lane in Greece frames children on the way to school, backpacks slung and feet quick. There is ritual in their stride, the quiet hope threaded through early mornings. The image suggests that learning begins with these small walks, conversations, dreams, and the slow accumulation of a life. A dusty road unfurls into the horizon, and children walk it as if it leads to everything: adventure, towns, mysteries. Their destination is less important than the shared journey. Nowhere becomes the ideal place where imagination has space to grow and plans have room to breathe. Around a simple table in wartime England, children bow heads for a pre-meal prayer, a pause that anchors them amid uncertainty. The photograph is intimate: flickering candlelight, folded hands, a quiet insistence on faith and routine when the outside world is uneven and frightening. A rhythmic game repeats across a line of small bodies, hands clapping, feet skipping. Repetition as ritual and joy. The photo captures how patterns make comfort, how chants and games provide structure for community and identity in the smallest of daily acts. In Liptov's green valleys, kids with dirt under their nails grin at the camera, barefoot and unbothered. Their world may look simple, but their laughter is full and loud, a proof that richness in childhood is often measured in time spent outside and in the freedom to roam. A girl pushes a doll carriage through Vondel Park, tending her make-believe child as if learning care and empathy. The park becomes a stage where she practices future roles, where play is training for life's tenderest responsibilities, and where imagination teaches kindness. On a Balam curb, 4 girls sit with their dolls, swapping secrets and stories with the solemn intensity only children know. The photograph is a snapshot of social apprenticeship, negotiation, coalition, comfort. Their world is small and sacred, and their giggles hold the politics of friendships yet to be fully understood. A solitary swing arcs into the sky in 1977, a child's feet reaching for the sun. The motion is an embodied metaphor for freedom, the back-and-forth rhythm a cadence for dreaming, daring, and the calm, exhilarating trust that someone will always push the next time you need to fly. A young Sarakatsana girl spins wool, hands fluent in an old craft, eyes steady with concentration. This is a childhood where play and work blur. The continuity of tradition passes through small hands, and responsibility becomes a gentle teacher alongside imagination. Children collect eggs from a coop with careful tenderness, learning the basics of nurture and labor. The photo's quiet light suggests routines that teach patience, care, and accountability. The idea that playfulness and duty can coexist in a childhood shaped by participation. On a Brooklyn fence, kids turn ordinary iron into a jungle gym, balancing and daring each other, inventing games where none existed. The city's rough edges become tools for play, a testament to resourceful joy that carves out space for freedom even in small, crowded neighborhoods. Girls race across a London playground, hair flying, laughter uncontained, a portrait of motion that remembers how physical play shapes confidence. In the swirl of movement, there's a tiny revolution, bodies learning limits, courage, and the first taste of victory that isn't judged by adults. A boy in Sumiak walks with his dog, the pet's quiet companionship mirroring an unspoken friendship. The photograph is simple and universal. Animals teach children loyalty, routine, and empathy. In a world that can be unpredictable, a dog provides a steady rhythm to which a child can calibrate his days. 2 urban kids crouch at a corner like cowboys on a western frontier, toy guns at the ready. Make-believe transforms alleys into epic landscapes. It's a portrait of imagination turning constraints into story. Play that's fierce and inventive, teaching kids to turn ordinary spaces into stages for bravery. In Bellevue, Basel, a cluster of children share a secret or a joke, faces lit with conspiratorial delight. Their closeness is a visual hymn to shared culture, small worlds of trust and discovery that knit communities together, one whispered secret at a time. A goalie crouches low in 1972, eyes fixed on an approaching ball, heart pounding with the importance of the moment. This is the look of first ambition, the taste of responsibility, the thrill of guarding something precious, and the early lessons of failure and triumph that sport offers young hearts. Back in Balam, Another street scene captures kids making a neighborhood their playground alleys as racetracks, drain covers as islands, every step a declaration of ownership over their simpler world. It's an ode to local play and the improvisational spirit that keeps childhood inventive. At Disneyland, a little face is lit by fantasy eyes widening at characters and colors that promise magic. The park freezes the experience of wonder. How a single place can crystallize a child's belief in possibility, fairy tales, and dreams that feel momentarily, wonderfully true. A small boy bottle feeds a piglet, an act of tenderness that complicates the idea of work and play. The frame shows helplessness met with devotion, teaching empathy through hands-on care, and the small but profound responsibility of keeping another life going. A Swiss farm girl scatters feed for her flock, her movements calm and learned, her childhood threaded with chores that teach stewardship. The photo is a reminder that many children learn adulthood through rhythm and task, and that those tasks often become the scaffolding of a generous character. Two little girls embrace with the total seriousness of a promise. Arms wrapped, eyes closed. Their hug says what words cannot. You are seen, you are safe, you matter. The image is pure and unadorned testament to how affection begins early and shapes everything that follows. A group of boys and girls in Budapest cluster around a shared game, a ball, a plan, their faces a collage of concentration and mischief. The frame shows how play builds social skills, how children invent rules and friendships, and how community can grow in a single street. If this trip through memory moved you, hit like and subscribe and tell us in the comments which photo felt like your own childhood. Until next time, keep a little room in your day for mud puddles, swings, and the kinds of small, stubborn joys that never go out of style.